Okay, welcome everyone. We'll learn halacha on the laws of kidush, Shabbos meal. So we know what happened when you can't make a bracha on wine, can't drink wine. Obviously, the best mitzvah is to do kiddush on wine. But if you can't do a bracha on wine, it says that you can make kiddush on the challah, on the bread. Wash your hands before the kiddush. This is how you do it. You wash your hands before kiddush, and instead of saying the whole kiddush, and instead of saying Baruch Geffen, you would say Baruch Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, hamoitzi lech min haaretz. On Shabbos and the day meal, you can make kiddush on what is called Chemar Medina. Chemar Medina is the beverage of the country, but not the alcoholic beverage of the country. For example, beer, or you can make on whiskey. You can do on whiskey, vodka. Because if this is considered a distinguished drink, expensive drink, and the like, you can make the seuda on this instead of wine. Why? Because if you why can't we make kiddush on the bread again? We did it on Friday night. We can do it also on the day. Why can't we do it on the day? So he says, because if you would make kiddush on bread, on the challah, again, during the day, it would not be recognizable and noticeable that you're making kiddush. Because you were saying a bracha.
So that's the same
because
thing at night.
So you
no, we're
at
saying
night if you had something else.
I'm explaining. So it says, if you make kiddush on the bread, it's not recognizable or noticeable that it's making kiddush, because regardless you would make a bracha on the bread, right? Regardless. So therefore, it's better to do Chemar Medina on the beverage of the state, because then you're saying a bracha miyuchedes, you're saying a special bracha. The shackle that you're going to make, this is a special shackle just for this. Cholofen, he says, nevertheless, if you have one avis of wine, which is about 3.1 ounces, and he doesn't have Chemar Medina, he doesn't have the whiskey, vodka, beer, and the like, he says, so the question is if you have just one challah, okay, one challah,
That's the problem.
and one avis of wine, right?
Yeah.
So he says use the challah at night, Friday night,
Okay.
as kiddush. The day you should use the avis of wine. That you have.
Okay.
What is it? You have to be given kaddish, sanctify the day of Shabbos, right? The primary kiddush is the day. So therefore, during the day is the most important kiddush. Therefore, the wine will be saved for the day. Nighttime you'll use the pas, you use the bread. If he doesn't have, that's only if you have Chemar Medina, if you have the beverage of the state. He says if you don't have, then you should do kiddush on wine at night and on bread during the day. If you have Chemar Medina, then you can don't use the alcoholic beverage for Friday night. Keep it for the day and use challah at night. So summarizing the halacha, he tells us like this: the best way to do kiddush is on wine. Okay? 1. When you cannot make kiddush on wine, or you don't have the wine, you should make kiddush on a bread, on challah. You wash your hand with a bracha on Netilas Yadayim. Before the kiddush, you say on Netilas Yadayim, and then you make a regular kiddush. You just say Baruch Geffen, and instead of saying Baruch Geffen, you say Hamoitzi lech min haaretz.
Right.
That's one halacha.
Right.
Then the second part is Suda Sayom. That was Friday night. Now, the day meal, you should make a kiddush if you don't have wine, or you can't drink wine. You make kiddush on beer, vodka, whiskey, or the like, because they are considered an important drink that the locals are accustomed to drink. This mashke. Some places drink beer, some places drink vodka more, some places they drink whiskey more. Whatever the important beverage is for you and for the in the locality that you're living in. And he says, because if you're gonna make kiddush on bread, it wouldn't be recognized that it's kiddush. You're making kiddush.
Right.
Why? If you think about it, the kiddush of the night is much longer. You're saying Eishes Chayil, Shalom Aleichem, 3 times Shalom Aleichem, Bayachem L'Shalom, Tzeischem L'Shalom, the whole thing. Eishes Chayil, and then the whole kiddush. What is the kiddush of the day? That's it.
Now elevate the afternoon kiddush with a more.
No, we want to. Obviously, elevation is one thing, but you want to make sure that that it's noticeable that you're making kiddush. You're not just sitting down for a meal.
Right.
So if you're just gonna do a notes, it's not recognizable.
Right.
You got that? Because Friday night, the whole
so
kiddush.
Blessing.
The whole kiddush, it's obvious. It's obvious that you're making kiddush. But Shabbos day, what do you do? Al Kem Beirach.
Right.
You say that the rest, whatever we say, Mizmor or Dov, we say quietly. It's not. You're sitting down for a meal. It's not recognizable that it's kiddush. Well, therefore, it's better to do it on Chemer Medina, on the local beverage.
But you have to drink a revius of that beverage.
No, so that's another part. He says, B'chol Eifem, nevertheless, if you have one revius of wine, it's better to use and you don't have the Chemer Medina, it says you use the wine at night and bread during the day. If you don't have Chemer Medina. If you have some whiskey in the house of vodka, then you use the bread for the nighttime and the whiskey for daytime. Vodka, whiskey.
Plenty of alcohol of some sort.
Use it for daytime and eat the bread at nighttime. But if you don't have that, you just have a little bit of wine. Use the wine for Friday night and the bread during the day. Okay, Bruchim Tiu. We'll make another video in the Daily Tanya shortly.